Happy Thursday! It's Miss Amelia at the library, and today I'm going to walk you through making a snowflake lantern. Now, all of the materials for this activity are in a Take and Make kit that you can pick up at the Columbus or Saluda Library for free, and you can do that any point this week. All right, let's take a look and see what's inside your kit. So the first thing that I want you to notice is a small piece of blue paper that tells you if you take a picture of your completed project or a picture of yourself while you're working on this project and send it to jdickinson@polklibrary.org, you will be entered to win a gift card to a local business. So you want to make sure you do that, and we like to see the projects that you guys are working on with your Take and Make kits. The second thing in your kit is a LED candles. This is a tea light candle that is battery operated, and you can test that by turning on the switch on the bottom and turning it back off. So this one definitely works. If for some reason you turn yours on, you flip the switch on and the candle does not light up, you can look for a plastic tab that would be hanging out of the bottom of your candle, but I think I've already removed those, so you shouldn't have that problem. There's also your snowflake template, and this will be the front and side of your lantern, okay? And it already has a crease in it so that it's easy to fold. So the only thing that we'll really have to worry about is folding the two edges, and we'll do that in just a minute. You also have the back piece of your lantern, which is the half a piece of cardstock that matches the front. And we have some tissue paper, and I'm going to need some scissors for this activity. I just remembered that. So we'll get that in just a second. All right, so the very first thing for this project is you want to go ahead and crease that fold that's already in your lantern, and that's going to give us a nice triangle shape in just a second. So your lantern will essentially be the front two sides of that paper, and then we're going to fold over the back and make a triangle out of the paper. Okay, so the next thing that you're going to do is fold over just a very small edge of your blue paper, of that half a piece of blue paper. Okay, so it's got just a little lip on the side, and I'm going to do that the same way on the other side. And you want to make this as tiny as you can because it's going to give you the shape of your lantern. It's also going to hold it together. So, all right, so I've got both of my edges and they're folded. And I'm going to align it up with my lantern here. Okay, so you can see how it's going to line up, and we'll use tape in just a second to stick that together. Okay, before we do that, we want to add our tissue paper, and this is where our scissors come in handy, and you can measure just roughly how big of a piece of tissue paper you'll need. You're only going to put one piece of tissue paper. This will make your snowflakes white, but still be thin enough that you can see the candle glowing from inside of it. I think that's about the right height. I'm going to make it a little smaller. And you want it to be able to cover all of your snowflakes. So this part of the project is very important. You don't want to cut your tissue paper too small, because if you do, there's nothing we can do to save it after that. No pressure. Okay. And just making sure that it fits, and we can cut it in half at this point. We'll cut it in half, and then I think my sides of my tissue paper are still stuck together, so I'm going to cut that again. Okay, so I've got my two pieces of tissue paper, and it does cover, let's see, that one might be too small. This one definitely covers all of our snowflakes. So I'm going to go ahead and use tape and tape that on. Okay, and we're just going to tape it on the edges. And just enough to cover all of our snowflakes. Okay, and you want to make sure there's not any wrinkles, that you kind of pull it tight to put the tape on. Your tape can go over the crease of your paper, and that's okay because it'll just fold right with it. All right, so I've got that piece, and I'm going to try a different piece and see if that fits better. It does, perfect. All right, so I'm going gonna make sure that my snowflakes are still laying flat, and I'm gonna add tape here to get the tissue paper to hold my project together. Get the tape to hold my tissue paper onto my project. Okay, a couple more pieces of tape, and it should be pretty good. I'll put one more piece on the middle over here. All right, so now you can see that my snowflakes are covered so that they're white. I'm gonna fold my paper again with that crease just to make sure that it fits nicely. And I'm going to attach the back of my project. So the way that we do that is also with tape, okay? And I'm going to, let's see, I'm gonna put the tape on the inside of my project. That way when I have my lantern sitting out, I'm not looking at tape. If it's easier for you to put tape on the outside, you can do that too. Just thinking it'll be nicer if I put the tape on the inside. Okay, and I'm just adding tape onto that little lip on the side. And I'm going to put one more piece on. That should fit that side. Okay. And then I've got one more side to do. Now this side is going to be tricky because I want my tape to be hidden. So I'm going to put my tape on first, and I'm going to put the sticky side facing up. Okay, so it's sticky on the outside. And one more piece should do it. And I'm going to line up my edges and then secure my tape here. Whoops, a little crazy there. Here we go. Okay, you can also lay it flat on the table and just run your hand on the inside of the lantern. When you're all done, your lantern will look like that. You can turn your candle light, your tea light candle on, and watch your snowflakes glow. Have fun!